Look at the beautiful, beautiful snow. You know what that means? Winter time. And with winter comes winter storage, right? And what do we do when we have to winterize a car? Like this right here? Well, I'm about to tell you. So stick around. The Leadfoot Garage is going to show you a few things that you can do to preserve your classic car or whatever car that you're winterizing, just like this beauty right here. So stay tuned. I'm going to bring you a few tips. Welcome back to the Leadfoot Garage, everyone. My name's Evan, and today we are bringing you some tips on winterizing your vehicle. Whenever the cold weather comes, a lot of the guys with the classic cars, they tend to park them in their shops or garages for a few months, waiting for springtime to roll around so that they can back them out and clean them up, get them ready for car show season, cruise-ins, and stuff like that. But while we are waiting for those warmer summer months, we need to make sure that our vehicles are well prepared to endure the cold winter months. One of the first things that you guys are going to want to do, get a battery tender. I've got this thing hooked up. It will take care of the battery while the car is not being used. Provides a small little charge to make sure that the battery stays charged up and ready for use. The next thing that you're going to want to do, something that I have never had to do before, A, because I've never really owned a classic car that I wasn't driving through the winter, but B, because my classic cars have always been Volkswagens, is check the antifreeze. That's right, you heard me say Volkswagen. Air-cooled, so no antifreeze in there. So I've never had to do this before, but they've got testers. You can pick them up at O'Reilly's. I picked this one up at Walmart. It was just a few bucks, and it looks pretty simple. Got a little tube, got a little gauge in there with some numbers. All we got to do, stick it in. Oh, are we getting any? I don't think we are. There we go. Aha. Degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius. This has a little pointer gauge, and if you look right there, 0. So I don't think it's going to get anywhere below that. Put that stuff back in there. Don't want to get that on the paint. Get the cap back on. So there's two things that you can do pretty easy. On to number 3. Now that we've made sure that we've got the battery hooked up and checked our antifreeze to make sure that the coolant can withstand the cold months, this is a fuel stabilizer. It'll help make sure that the fuel doesn't gum up. It's a good idea to, after you put this in, run the vehicle for a few minutes so that the concentration liquid can get through the whole fuel system into the carburetor, make sure that all that stuff stays good too. So we'll pour some of that in. Don't want to drip. Let's see. certain amount that you need to pour in for however many gallons. One of the last things that you want to do is the tires. Cars are going to sit for several months in the cold. That air is going to, slowly kind of go away. With the heat and the cold expand and contract. You could get some flat spots. Don't want that. So what you can do is air up your tires to a few pounds more than whatever the tire manufacturer recommends. We'll check that later, but just a few more pounds makes it just a little bit tighter in there. Will help your sidewalls and help your tires keep from having flat spots, which would not be fun. And then, of course, one of the last things that you can do for the interior, I've heard that mice do not like dryer sheets, so you can place a couple of dryer sheets on the inside of your car. If you've got a bigger car like this Suburban here, it wouldn't hurt to have one in the front, one in the middle, and one in the back. We have cats, so they pretty much take care of the mice for us. I'm not going to say that we don't have a mouse problem, but the cats seem to do a good job of keeping them away, munching on them, things like that. So that is it for this video. Just a few tips to help prepare your car for the wintertime. If you have other tips that I did not mention, please feel free to leave those below in the comment section. I'd love to hear those. This is my first year actually having to store a classic car over the wintertime. So any tips that you guys can provide out there, I'd appreciate it. I know the other viewers would as well if they don't already know. That's it for this video. Thanks for clicking on that thumbnail and watching this video. Be sure that you hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the Leadfoot Garage. As soon as it gets summertime, we're going to be doing lots of stuff, getting out there, meeting you guys, looking at your rides, going on cruises, stuff like that. So thanks for watching, everybody.